Hi guys, so today I'm going to make a video about a hair dye that I recently used. The brand name is Arctic Fox and I believe the shade is called Sunset Orange. I used to get special effects, however I kind of noticed that often they don't have certain shades in stock. I'm not really sure why, so I kind of tried to look for like an alternative dye because it's been 5 years since I last dyed my hair. I wanted to, like see if there were any other brands available, and I stumbled across Arctic Fox mainly from YouTube reviews actually, and yeah, I saw that they were kind of like a plant-based dye, that they were meant to last like a long time in comparison to some other dyes like, I don't know, like Directions or Crazy Colour. I'm kind of trying to like introduce more animal friendly products into my lifestyle. And I thought I'd kind of like include cosmetics and that and hair products, and it did appeal to me that this brand was vegan, so that's one of the reasons I went for it. I live in the UK, so I ordered the hair dye off of amazon.co.uk. That's the only place I could find it except for the Arctic Fox website. I'm naturally brunette, quite dark, so my roots before I dyed my hair were like really quite like a dark brown, and the rest, my hair was actually a lot longer than it is now. It's pretty like down to here, but I used to actually dye it myself all the time, so this time I decided I would go to the hairdresser just to make sure that my hair wouldn't like fall off when I bleached it. Yeah, so basically I bought 2 bottles of the dye because I have really long, well I had really long hair, and also my hair's really thick, so I decided it would be best kind of to get like 2 bottles instead of getting 1, and for it to not go far enough. So I brought my hair dye to the hairdresser's and she kindly applied it for me. When she put it on, she had bleached my hair first, so it wasn't like a platinum blonde or anything, it was kind of more of like a yellowy blonde, I guess. And she actually applied it to wet hair. She washed my hair, like just shampooed it. This was after we bleached it. And then she put the dye in. She kind of like towel dried my hair, applied all the dye, left it in maybe for about half an hour, maybe 35 minutes. And then she washed it out. And yeah, I really like the colour. That was actually last week. I have since washed it once. So when she dyed the hair, it was kind of at 2 slightly different shades, and I think that's because obviously some of my hair was like virgin hair and some of my hair had a dye build up from previous dyes. So I'll try and show you what I mean here. So if you look here, you can kind of see that it's kind of like almost a slightly reddy orange. But if you look at the back here, I don't know if you can see that, it's definitely kind of slightly more like brassy. So it is slightly different shade-wise. To be honest, I'm okay with that. Like, I don't necessarily need it to be like one colour. And I don't think that's actually an indicator of the dye itself. It's not because of the dye, I just think it's because of my actual hair before I put the dye on, because it was kind of different shades basically. I would say that it has faded a little bit from when it was first applied, but it's not too noticeable. And I think the bits that have faded the most are probably these bits at the back, which are that other tone. And so I think maybe like it's clung to the virgin hair better than to this other hair. And I imagine maybe that's because it's quite porous. The hair, back here has been dyed quite a few times, so it's probably in worse condition than the hair up here. Or at least that's how I rationalise it. So that was a week ago. So this is actually after the first wash. But yeah. So I'm enjoying the colour. It's still very bright. Yeah, it's like, it has gotten a bit lighter. But to be honest, like it's still pretty bright. Yeah, I like it.